are, start line. All these rather strange people riding a very long way home. Eyes look tired, but start's here. Nothing more we can do. Weather's not great. Thanks for your support, and be updating later. Morning. 5:11. Sound good. It looks like I've had no sleep. I've had very little. Let me introduce you to my bed for the night. Oh, there it is. Five-star. Got in here at 12. Very little sleep. Smells. But needs must sometimes. Not really much else going on. We'll probably try and find somewhere nicer tonight, a B&B if I can. But can't sleep, might as well crack on. So, if anyone wants to know what's going through, then I'm sleeping in toilets. The ride yesterday, brutal. So 11 hours riding time, about 14 hours in total. 130 miles of that, an absolute headwind, which was just over open barren land. It's probably the hardest ride I've ever done by a long way. Don't think my Strava's uploaded yet. Over to Ullapool for the first checkpoint, and then the aim is to try and get another 12-13 hours in today and see how far we get. Get a ferry on Wednesday, that's the plan. The bringing no sleeping bag was a bad idea, so probably going to have to buy one of them. But yeah, it's tough without a shadow of a doubt. Jesus Christ! But you learn a lot, and that's it. Not really giddy kippers. And don't worry, Anna Jane, I'm all right. Just tired, so crack on. Day 2 beckons. Hello peeps. Nice view, look. Big hill. One of our lot coming up it. Bloody mozzies everywhere. Just a quick one, update. Day 2. Bit disappointed. Just over 9 hours in the saddle. Spent a lot of time out of the saddle, really struggled. Got no energy. Only be about 110 miles, so I'll be about 40 miles down what I want to. But it's been horrendously steep. There's been at least 25 10%ers, which aren't designed for me. So even though I'm disappointed I'm behind schedule now, I'm pleased that I stuck at it. Because 1 hour's sleep really isn't any good for this sort of shit. So I managed to get myself a bed tonight. Going to sleep as long as I need to. It's going to piss down tomorrow, but going to plough on tomorrow. But I am literally falling asleep on the bike. I've still got to up that little fucker. So, well, that's it. I have to just carry on, and I'll update you tomorrow in the pissing rain. But otherwise, it's been great. Hello, day 3 update. Bit different today. As you can see, I'm wearing some clothes. Got some tracky bottoms on, shoes that are too small, and a top in the beautiful harbour of Loch Arran, which is very nice. Had a bit of a disaster today, to be fair. Felt really strong on the bike. Wahoo's gone on me twice. I've been pissed on all day. What else? Oh, my spoke's gone in my back wheel. So luckily I was in a village where it went. managed to get into a B&B. He was only charging me half price. I'm now wearing his clothes. He's just booked me into a restaurant. And I've got to try. The idea now, I think, is I'm going to cycle 70 miles to Fort William tomorrow with a gaffer taped spoke. So there's no way I'm going to quit. Not a fucking chance. No way I'm going to scratch. This is going to get finished. This isn't going to stop me. But that big pothole tried to. So, don't know. Could be worse. Then again, I wouldn't wear these clothes again. That's my face not getting thinner. But it is very pretty, to be fair. And it could have happened in the middle of nowhere. So, crack on. I'm going to set off about 4 or 5 tomorrow to try and get Fort William for 9 o'clock. Nevis Cycles. Hopefully they'll be able to fix it and then I can crack on. Alright, thank you. Hello. Update day 4. I'm going to have to keep the phone here because I'm naked. Was planning on going through the night, but a bit tired. So I'm in Oban, a little bit off route. I'm going to have a bit of a lie down. Not going to kill myself each day, so I'm a bit behind, but big learning curve. So I'm going to try and get a couple of nights in when the weather brightens up, because it's hard work sleeping outside if you piss wet through and it's going to rain as well. I do fancy that, and the midges get you as well. Today, obviously a bit stressed yesterday, and it's mad what goes through your head. I'm just saying to Anna then, it's like someone takes your emotions out of you and then just plays squash with it, just hits it everywhere, and you go from there to there to there to there. It's strange, but it's mildly addictive. Don't know, must be into masochism or something. And one of my friends, Dave Panf, the answer is C, actually. I think if you ask me, that's where I'd rather be. Going through all this pain. I was going to do a video earlier when I was riding down this long road, just straight long road, raining, dripping off me. And I was going to say, this is my life. This is it. All I'm doing. No, look, a road there and a lock there. Locks, I mean, for fuck's sake. Jesus, this shit. Not going to make the ferry tomorrow. Probably going to make it Friday now. But I'm going to try and ride long, get to the ferry station tomorrow night and get the first ferry on Friday. So I've got to change that. I've had tons of private messages, and obviously I like reading all the Facebook posts. Lots of advice, lots of tips. It is just an incredible learning curve, not only about yourself, but about how to do this for the next one. Donations are coming in, too many people to thank, probably near $2,000 I think now, which is great. Trust me, the pain I'm going through is worth it. So you're getting good value for it. So hopefully it's going to be sunny tomorrow, and I can do a little video from outside. Update day 5. There was a point over the last couple of days where I didn't think we'd have an update day 4. There's a lot of people who've scratched and a lot of people who are a lot better than me. But the weather's been horrific. The terrain, some of the gradients are just unbelievable. That's it just bounces you around, and you go from one place to another in a heartbeat. But right now I'm just going to have a cup of tea, bit of ginger beer, listen to some Sia on YouTube. I'm not going to stress about getting up, but I'll probably be setting off about 6 tomorrow. Thanks again, and see you soon. Well, I've got some update day number 5. I've got some semblance of a phone, but apparently don't recognise a SIM card, so I'm doing a video. It's going to be a very quick one. It is 4:30 in the morning on Friday morning. Up at 6:30 and been in the saddle, I think, 15 and a half hours. 325k, along with Matt there. Say hello. We're now sat in our salubrious surroundings of the fucking foyer of the ferry terminal. Knackered is an understatement. So there'll be more tomorrow at some point. I'm going to try and get my phone fixed. Really got nothing more to say. I'm going to have a cup of tea and a Twix Sorry I haven't been able to see all your posts, etc. Sorry I had loads of messages and all that sort of thing, so chat soon. I need to get a couple of hours sleep on here and then on the ferry as well. Adios.
Come to Ireland, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It's going to be warmer than Scotland. It's going to be drier than Scotland. It's going to be not as steep as Scotland. Well, that's a big fat lie, every single one of them. Fuck.
Day 6, hello. Obviously wearing my cycling tops, I've got no clothes. We're in Northern Ireland somewhere, stopping at an Airbnb. Pretty grateful for that, because it's been a pretty toiling day, to be fair. Scotland's weather has come over here. The wind has come over here. We have had no luck with this weather. It is unbelievable. Me and Matt rode today because I thought we both thought it'd be a good idea to have a bit of company. Thank God we did. Sorted some bobs out, so had from last night, long ride last night. Tiring. You're to wall, and then the miles just don't go, the kilometres just don't tick off and stuff like that. So we get to the ferry, had an hour's sleep. And then obviously had a load of people coming over here for the 12th celebration, so the terminal was packed and we're there lying on our bivvy bags and all that sort of thing, looking like dickheads. So getting the ferry, got a recliner seat but didn't really get much sleep. Had to get off the ferry, and then we had bits and bobs, tried to get my phone sorted so I can now work when I'm on Wi-Fi, but it doesn't work as a phone. And then had to do the bike, and then we rode up the coast. Now, anyone who cycles knows that, coasts are flat, and we probably did a 12.5 mile an hour average, 12.5 mile an hour average for 30 miles, just wind in the face on a flat is about as dull as it gets. And then a couple of hills, and then the weather started turning again, and we the route took us on a road called Tor Road Climb, and it is 6 miles of the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But not only that, not only the climbs that I'd probably struggle to get up when they were dry, some of them, but that headwind got stronger. So when you were rolling downhill, you stopped. The torrential rain started, and it took us 1 hour 25 minutes to go 6 miles. A lot of walking, cleats are knackered. Couldn't walk up, never mind ride up, spinning. And there was one point where it was, if there'd have been a train station there, and if Matt hadn't been there, and I think vice versa, then it would have been very close today. But the fact is, the weather's the weather. That's nobody's fault. The hill's there. I knew it was there. Didn't know how hard it had been. You'd expect better weather in July. I mean, it is just bleak out there. And it's nothing to do with the organisation of the race. It's just one of those things. And, I think the fact that we decided that to get an Airbnb tonight anyway was a good thing. Have a shower, recharge everything, get everything going, and then we just hope the wind doesn't change direction tomorrow, because we're going south, and that is a block south wind, so at the end of the day we should do all right. So yeah, very testing day. I'm sure that all of you probably having a drink somewhere, enjoying. I'm bitten all over as well. Not a very exciting update really, but that was a fucked up day, that. I think I'm on, I think nearly 800 miles. I think we're on 800 and something, or 700, don't know, something like that. But I think we're over halfway, which is not bad. Probably get 2 good days in May, still try and get the ferry on Monday. But we need that wind to stay where it is, and really need to crack on. So pizzas are ordered. We've put all our stuff on the dryers. It stinks in here now. All stink. And there are, I think, 22 scratched, which is quite a lot. But, I'm not surprised. There's been a couple of injuries, but the weather has just been atrocious. It couldn't have been any worse. So, touch wood, that turns around at some point and we crack on. But I'm still here, still going. Day 6, day 7 tomorrow, full week. Hope to hit the 1,000 miles, which is quite a lot. Obviously the elevation on the Strava is wrong, but it's high stuff. So that's it. I'll leave you to it. Enjoy your booze, enjoy your weekend, and I'll try and update you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Hello, day 7. Not really an update, a little story that I wanted to tell you. What I've been thinking about before I forget it. I'm on a little flat piece of road. I actually don't know if this is facing me or if it's facing the other way because I can't see the image. So if it's facing the other way, all you can see is the road. And all you can see behind me, well, it's me and the road. Oh, it's something else, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Just been thinking about this, guys, a little bit. And I don't know, obviously Toby, Mally, Pete, Rebecca, well, but I guess the idea that they had when they created this was not only to create a ultra endurance feat, weather's not their fault, that was tested and challenging, which they've succeeded in doing, but it was to do a sort of clan thing, a fellowship, a gathering, a tribal thing where people, you know, got together. And a little story, 2 days ago at 2 o'clock in the morning, I came across a lady called Sheila Woolham who'd fallen off a bike because she'd been spooked by a guy on a verge in the middle of nowhere with a phone in his hand and the light on. That guy was Matt Ringroyd, who was lying down on the verge, on the grass, in the rain, having a bit of a wobble because 5 miles away was a lift. He's in the army and there was a base or something like that, and there was a lift home. So I came across them and we all went set off together again, and we rode past that base. The two choices were lift home or 40 miles to a ferry where we're going to get no sleep and go off to another country where options came out, options went. So we got past that and he got past that, but I think he was very close there. Fast forward to yesterday, about 6:30, on a climb. I can't get up, piss wet through, draped over my handlebars, not in a good place. And I sort of knew yesterday it'd be hard for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was time from the day before, but you know, having someone to ride with all day, sacrificing that day and urging me on, sharing an Airbnb together. I know it's supposed to be a race, but I don't really care. Got me through, and we're at a stage now where a difficult decision's been made. I feel really strong. I had to wait a couple of times and I've now rode on. You know, I plan on getting a good day, as I'm sure he will. I made sure he was strong and mentally strong to carry on. Fucking need to change my gears a bit longer, I can't speak. And I felt really bad. And again, this is a race, that's the idea about it, but you know, for me this is a race against me. I'm not really bothered about anybody else, but you know, it was a difficult decision to be made because the fact is, our last couple of days, neither of us actually going to be in this position. I won't be making this video now, and I wouldn't be thinking about, you know, the finish line and Llandudno and who I'm going to see and what it's going to be like. So guys, you achieved what you were trying to do, and I think for everyone else, and this might sound a bit soppy, but you know, they don't have sayings like strength in fun, do they? They don't have sayings like that. It has been hard. It has been really, really hard. The weather has been atrocious, and they have sayings like strength in adversity. Some really tough times, you know, and whatever happens down the line, I know that without that help, I'd have really struggled. And I doubt there's anyone in this field, however experienced they are, that can say that at some point they didn't have a bit of help somewhere, that they didn't have someone to talk to, whether it was someone in a shop, whether it was on the bike or whatever, just someone to distract them from their own brain for a little while. If they didn't do that, then I suggest to get a job with Killing Eve or whatever she's called. I've never watched it, but it seems she's a narcissist psychopath. So if you can go through this ride in these conditions, without anybody else, you're a tough cookie, or dead, one of the two. So day 7 update will come later this evening, but this will go on later, so hopefully give me inspiration. I'm trying to get a good day in. Just gone past Giant's Causeway and Bushmills on a long flat road. I should be caning down instead of talking into an ear. And what you can see behind me, if you can, well, fuck me, that's wind. I've even got my legs out. You could actually see the sky then, I don't know, on my legs. So take Take care, speak soon.
Morning everyone. Guessing most of you see this on Sunday. Update day 7. Yes, naked again, obviously. Well, towel on, but you don't want to see that. Long day, 180 miles, I think, something like that. Started off 11 miles east of, never each, where did we? 11 miles east of Giant's Causeway, went round there. And then all the way down into Northern Ireland, just about 50k outside of Dublin. Amazing feeling, Giant's Causeway, turning south and feeling a bit of wind on the back. It was just weird how them little feelings change things. And then I had a smile on my face until we hit the cycle paths. Hate them. Don't know why. Well, actually, I don't think we should be on them. When you're mixing us on our road bikes against people with headphones in, dogs, social, cyclists, lane hoggers, it's a clash at the end of the day. Matt ended up catching me back up, so strong riding as well. Got a big decision to make tomorrow. Do I put another massive effort in, which I don't think I can do. I've got a ferry booked on Monday, but we've got to go through the mountains tomorrow. And looking at one of the other riders, Toby's rides, there's a lot of climbing tomorrow. I've got as far to go, I think. I've got about 190, but 190 with about 12,000 feet of elevation, something like that. Or in my world, probably 175,000 feet. Looking at my whatever's wrong with my Wahoo Element. Put it in there with my passport being fucked and, my one card not working and my phone not being very good at the moment. No dry clothes. Got a lovely Airbnb tonight. Gets really cold at night here. So I've thought about it, but no. I might go back to getting what day is it today? Saturday. So I got the Monday ferry. I could easily get the Monday evening ferry. But I'll decide that I'm going to get to sleep tonight and I'm not going to set an alarm because I think I need a decent sleep. I'm pretty tired. I think I'm on mile 917, something like that. And I think there's still a couple behind me. There's been a lot of scratches. A lot of people have struggled. Mechanicals, crashes, whatever it may be, the weather. Glad to see that Sheila carried on today. She's a bit of a hero. She's a very strong lady, so that's good. And what else? Day 8 tomorrow. Jesus Christ, I didn't think I'd get to day 8. I hope I don't get to day 88, for fuck's sake. And one other thing, that Anna's trying to arrange some drinks for Friday in Chester, assuming I'm back. It'd be great for anyone that's not friends on Facebook, if they'd like to come along for a beer at Chester. You have to buy me 2 minutes because I've been pissing about 2 seconds. So that's me switching off. I'm tired. Update tomorrow. I'll try and do a funny one at some point as well, by the way. Oh, right, and I've worked out something. I was thinking about species today. And if there was one species that was going to rule the world, it'd be women, wouldn't it? Because ultimately the ability to produce is more important than the ability to be able to give, I reckon. And also I've worked out why these are addictive. I've actually come to it, but I'm thinking I'm putting that on me epilogue, whatever it's called, I don't know. But it's about feeling alive at the end of the day. One thing I've not done in 7 days, generally not done, is thought about work, which is a good thing at the end of the day, because you've got to be self-sufficient. So, yeah, that's it. Night. I'll try and put some clothes on for you tomorrow. I haven't got any, but never mind. Good luck. Ta-da. Morning, my BMS. Didn't get to see you last night. I speak to you. Didn't like. It was hard work getting here, I tell you. It was 23 miles from where we spoke, and I had to go 49 to get here to follow the route. Eyes are looking a bit baggy, I think, aren't they? Sleep was okay. Lovely place, lovely lady. But got to set off now. Got to try and catch a ferry in the morning, about 200 miles, going through mountains. So it's going to be a long day. Probably going to have to ride through the night, I would have thought. But needs must, I guess. So we've got to do it because otherwise I'll miss everything. I love you. Can't wait to see you. Shouldn't be too far away now. Probably Wednesday, I would have thought. And I'll speak to you later. Bye-bye. Hello.
Mid-post, about hour and a half and about 25 miles in from where I stopped last night. I've got about 200 to go through the Wicklow Mountains and the checkpoint to get to the ferry tomorrow morning, which I don't think is going to happen. I've just stopped here at this petrol station literally just to talk to two cyclists. I sat down because I needed to talk to somebody. My head is telling me to quit. It really is. I am in a very bad place. Don't know why. I think something to do, to be fair, with the bed last night was too comfy and I just want to turn over. I've got nothing, mentally nothing, physically nothing, and the thought of going any further is horrible. But I also know this is temporary and this is what I've got to try and battle. I know that as soon as I do get a ferry, whether it's a half a day later, it really doesn't matter. And I hit Wales, I'll feel differently. I know I'll probably feel differently tomorrow. But right now I just wanted to record this, and I don't know, this is the low. Yesterday was a bit of a high and today's a bit of a low. Tired, I'm just incredibly tired. Starting to doubt I can do it, and the head's a very strong thing. So I'm going to try and get some food. I'll post this thing, so I can't post it now. I'm going to try and get something to eat. I'm going to spread the ferry over 2 days because I literally, unless something miracle happens and I do ride through the night, I can't see me making the ferry in the morning. There's a lot of climbing to do, and there's a lot of distance to do, more than yesterday, and a harder day. So we'll see. But right now, still going on. I've just got to fight. What's going on up there now, because every single bit of me is saying, you've done all right. There's no embarrassment in quitting, but I know what I'm like, and I won't be able to accept it if I do. Simple as that. Right, so I'll catch up later. So it's not a more positive Sunday morning one, but the whole idea is to record how I'm feeling, and this is how I'm feeling. Cheers. Good evening. Sunday night. A little better than I was at whatever time it was this afternoon. Very hard day, to be fair. Couldn't get going at all. Long, flat roads. Boring, which is usually my strength. Couldn't get going, couldn't get a gear going. Both Achilles hurting. Hot foot. And I know people laugh at hot foot, but fuck me, it hurts when it gets going. It really does. I have to stop every so often, just take my shoes off, let a bit of air get to my feet. And just kept on plugging away. Hating it, hating every single second of it. And then weirdly enough, I got to something called Sal's Gap Pass, Sal's Gap, which is quite a long, relatively hard climb, I'd say, someone like me anyway. And I don't know, I just knuckled down with it, quite enjoyed it, to be fair. Better than fucking Tor Road anyway. And sun was out, beautiful views, you know, probably, I don't know, 40 minutes, an hour, plugging away up these hills, you know, a bit up the moors. Stopped for a cup of tea in one little camper. And I sort of got focused again. And then went down a mountain bike trail. Yeah, guys, not sure what that's about. I'm not on a mountain bike. That was blocked at the end, and then a bit more climbing, and I felt pretty good. I felt pretty positive. Hit the 100-mile mark. Which, weirdly enough, on a normal weekend would be quite hard, but it seems insignificant right now, 100 mile, but based on how I was feeling today, I'm pretty proud of that, really am. Still done 3 figures. And then I got to a place called Enniskerry, and I was going to go through the night and get to the ferry. But then I had a little thought, and I thought, well, if I do slip back, if this, you know, feeling mutual, I had a bit of food in my bag and only had a couple of bottles, then I really would be stuck if, you know, it was getting cold. So I looked into town to see if there's any food, and there's a pub here, and they had a room, so €40, and I've just chugged into a pizza, and I feel all right. Got 95 miles tomorrow. I've changed my booking, so I'm getting the evening ferry. Managed to do that behind the reception. A guy get into trouble, but I let me do it. But I used a bit of the old Blarney, you know what I'm like, charmer. And changed my booking, done that, ordered the food off his phone, and I'm now in a bit of an outdated what's her name, but the fact is I've got 95 stress-free miles tomorrow, And I might do a little bit more when I get to Wales, just in the news, just so us win the cricket, which looked amazing, and wish to watch that game. So yeah, I've had a lot of messages. I weren't doing for that. I can't explain how bad I felt earlier. I was so close. The only reason I'm not close is because I really don't have an option of getting back. I've got to turn pedals to get back, and if I'm going to turn pedals, I might as well turn them on the route. But really low, really low. But you know, your messages do mean a lot, and it is hard. And I keep on saying it's hard. I mean, there's quite a few people who haven't been able to do it, and I'm just a normal Joe, an ordinary club cyclist who just set his goals a little bit higher and tried to prove something to himself. And today was a big turning point, I think. So, you know, if you can get rid of them sort of clouds, then you're okay. So that's it. So I'm going to set off early tomorrow. Not going to push it. And then have a look at some bookings maybe in Wales. And then we'll go from there. But just want to say thank you. And I should be in Wales tomorrow evening, and then I should be on the home stretch. And like I say, hope to see you not only if a few come on to London or whatever it may be, but on the Friday in Chester. It'd be nice to see you all. I'll let you buy me a drink. All right, cool beans. See you later. I'm going for bed. Happy Monday morning. Just had an hour and a half of cycling up in Sally's Gap, and this is the nearest thing to freedom I've had for a long time. This is lovely. It's absolutely beautiful. Not seen a soul apart from a lovely Sheila Woolham at the intersection. But I mean, look at that. Nearly fell over. There's a bit of faithless going on in the headphones. Day 9, I think it's day 9 anyway. Is it day 9? Yeah, I want to do it 10 days, and that's tomorrow, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to do that unless I'm not simple as that. So, for the more observant of you, you'll see that's water behind me, which means I'm currently on a ferry to Wales. Only just mind. I had it in my head, it was 95 miles, had a beautiful 2 hours this morning, got up. Lovely hour of ascending Sally's Gap. Went up Sally's Gap again, to be fair. Just beautiful climbing for an hour, just nice rolling, and then just rolling. It was just lovely. Wicklow Mountains are beautiful, to be fair. So that was 2 hours, chilled out, had a spot of breakfast, checkpoint 2, self-validated myself, because they're all pissed off now, haven't they? For us slow ones. Had a spot of breakfast, and then carried on. More climbing than what I thought there was going to be, to be fair, so time was moving on. Ferry was 10 past, ferry was 6 o'clock, and you've got to be here half an hour before. Time was moving on, and then I got hungry again about 3. Went with some food in some camp somewhere, I don't know. And then was working out, thought I had 30 miles left, and I thought, okay, 2.5 hours, that's not a problem. The signposts weren't saying that, which was a bit worrying. So anyway, put the foot down, put the pedal down. Feet were hurting anyway, which still are, and have been an old ride. To get to Wexford, and then my maths had it that Wexford was 6 kilometres, or Rosslare was 6 kilometres. So I got to Wexford around about 5 o'clock, and I thought, right, okay, 6 kilometres to Rosslare, not a problem, half an hour. And then going through Wexford a couple of kilometres, and then I see 17 kilometres. I was like, shit. So I was on full on everything mode for half an hour. Made it with 4 minutes to spare. But it's been a nice day. I am burnt. Hold on, there we go. Burnt to hell. Nose is peeling. Seas murky blue. Not very exciting, to be fair. Really, seeing it unless it's a bit slow. And now on to Wales. Not sure what I'm doing tonight. Don't know where I'm going to stop. Try and get some decent internet. Try and put this on. I would have thought Thursday would be the time I get back to London now. It's pretty hilly, the Wales section, so I can't see me doing it in 2 days. I'll be surprised if I do anyway. I'll know after the first day, I'll know after what I do tonight.
thoughts today? Not much really, to be fair. Just quite enjoying myself. I've got my headphones back, which was really good. I don't know what happened to them. Leprechauns obviously got hold of them for a little while and fucked me around. I was in Scotland, weren't I? So what do you call them in Scotland? I don't know. Funnily enough, you go around Sally's Gap twice and you do a loop. And on the way I saw Sheila Bullock, which was nice. Chatted to her for 10 minutes. She was on the first bit, so she had quite a bit to go around. And yeah, that's about it for the update really. That's it. Legs are going to be sore later, I know that, because different muscles I was using. But you can hear all this. I can't even see if it's on. Right, I'm going to have a lion soda. Don't forget Friday when we can make it. Happy birthday, Big TV. Sodom, by the way, you're still older. Continuously, you'll always be older. And thanks for the message, Charlie. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Good evening. Update day 10 with ribbons in my hair. I'm actually videoing this from the village where the only Gay in the Village is set. The New Inn, the pub across the road, is the pub where it's based on. The landlady's based on that person. So there you go. It's been an eventful day. Nearly had my first cry today. So last night, camped outside Fishguard, put my mat down, slept in my bivvy, used my bivvy as a sleeping bag. And if people don't know what a bivvy is, it's a thin sheet sort of tenty thing. But it's not breathable, so I woke up, well, didn't really sleep, but it was like an 80s disco in there, just water everywhere. So spent the morning at 5:30, 6 o'clock, drying clothes with a hairdryer, like you do. But again, just had 1, maybe 2 hours sleep, and every bad day is after a bad night's sleep. So set off, and the hills were unrelenting. Found it really hard. The ones that I struggle with, short and steep. You know, big figures, big percentages, high ones. Very hot as well. Refueled as much as I could, and 5 hours, got 50 miles. So I had an idea of 125. Spoke to Jez Phillips, and we sort of worked out that I'd get to around about 110 or something like that, Newbridge on Hay. Had some food, motivated myself to get going. Went out and then randomly checked my front wheel, and no air in it. So I just thought, Jesus Christ. So that was it. And then tried to find out where the nearest bike shop was, which was 9 miles the wrong way. And then randomly, someone told me to try a spare part motor shop that did bikes, Motorworld. And boys at Motorworld, I know you follow me now. Thank you so much. Really, really helped. So I got a few hours of their undivided attention, sorted the bike out. By the time I left, it was 5:30, and I had a decision to make. The place where I was going is after the next village. There's nothing. It's going over mountain roads around a lot. There's literally nothing. So if anything happens, I'm in real stuck. So I've decided to keep the bike close. I've holed up in an Airbnb. Lovely couple in the only Gay in the Village to village. I've holed up just in case to make sure the bike's holding up tomorrow. If not, Damien, one of the guys, lives in the village. I can give him a call and say, right, okay, what's going on? We need to sort something out. Or I can set off early in the morning, try and make up some time, and go that way. I just thought it was the right decision. I feel like I'm being a bit disrespectful to the race because some people put so much effort into doing all these nights, but I can't finish the ride without a bike at the end of the day. And it might put me back half a day, and I do feel slightly bad about it all, because it's finishing party tonight. I wanted to be there, and I'm still 300 miles away at the end of the day. So I hope I'm not doing a disservice to the race, but I've got to. It's about finishing. It's just about finishing. Next year maybe you'll have me as a target or something like that, but I can't finish a race without a bike, simple as that. And then it's starting to make some creaks. It's done a lot of miles this year, as most people's have. So I'm doing that. So I'm staying close to Lampeter. So I only got 60 miles in today, which is by far the shortest mile.
It's going to be a long old day tomorrow, but hopefully I can set off early enough and make some time up, and go that way. That's what I've got to do. Again, emotions fluctuating, thinking things have gone against me a little bit, but I'm trying to be sensible with all this, you know, and I don't want to be stuck. I'm not pivoting again. It's just I ain't got the right kit for it. My own stupid fault. Should have tested it out before, and I didn't. But you know, that's done into it at the end of the day. So a short one today. I'm going to try and get a good night's sleep, so I'll be asleep pretty soon, so I can hopefully get up early. Every night every time I've had a pizza, I've had a good day, and I've just had a pizza. Every time I've had a good sleep, I've had a good day. I've got some accommodation booked. Well, not booked, but sorted in Bournemouth. So that's my aim tomorrow. And if I get there tomorrow, whatever time, then London on Thursday is still on. But I will get your tracker back, Mally. Don't worry. And I will do it. But like I say, I hope I'm not letting other people down in the race by. I feel like just being holed up is a bit of a cheat. But I've got to do what I've got to do at the end of the day. So it's going to be an update 11. It's going to be an update 12 as well. And then we're done. Thanks for all the donations as well, guys. If you haven't donated, it'd be great. We're on about 1979, I think, something like that. So someone can be a hero and get it over the 2,000. But that's helped saving a lot of people as well. You know, I can't say anything but thank you for that. And I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Morning. It's 9:35 on day 11, and I'm stuck. I'm a bit fucked here. I don't know what to do. I'm pretty emotional, but I thought I should share it when I get a chance, because I won't be able to load it here. I can't even see my phone, can I? So I can't call anyone. But if basically started off well this morning, started off at 6. We had a 10-mile gravel off-road section, which I hate them. 3 punctures, which is fine, fixed the punctures. But the worst thing happened now is my DR2's gone. It's charged, there's nothing wrong with the charge, but effectively I can't go lower on my gears. So I've got 2 gears, I've got 10 and 21. Which means I can't get up at any resemblance of a hill without walking. And I'll have to show you what I mean. If you ride a bike, you'll know what the thing is. So I'm in that gear, and the problem is that I'm in the worst place possible to do anything about it. I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. No signal. Well, I can't see I've got a signal, but I presume not. And I'm really fucking stuck about what to do, and I feel like crying. I feel really emotional. I can't not do this. I can't. I've got to find a way to do this, whether I've got to fucking walk it or not. I can't. It can't be 3/4 of the way through. It just can't. It's too important. So I think I've got 20 kilometres till I get to the next town. I've not even seen anyone stop and ask for a lift, which I will do. If I get disqualified, I get disqualified. But I'm pretty fucking stuck right now. It's been a test as this. Why did this happen? Why has this happened? And the worst thing is, even if I get to a town, I doubt they'll know much about Di2. It's quite an intricate thing. It's never gone on before, unless I've not charged it. Like I say, it's charged. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the last post of this race. I hope not. I can physically do it. I can mentally do it. I just can't let a machine let me down.
nothing else to say. I just need to sit and have a think for a while. Cheers. Good evening. Day 11 update. Clothes on. Still got jowls, really not happy about that. So, well, what a day. Very emotional, obviously, as most people have seen. Genuinely thought it was over. Most annoying thing was, and just for the record, it wasn't me trying to quit. I generally thought my bike was unrideable. Not very bike savvy. I know what a rear mech is now, which is amazing. I know where cables go. But I generally thought I was out of it, and you know, it's, even though there's a train station there, I never looked at the train times, not once. Didn't even really enter my mind. I just wanted to sort the problem out, and thankfully, from the kindness of strangers, I did do. So, obviously a bit of a nightmare at the start, and a lot of walking to find one random door. Knocked on his door, asked to use the phone because I had no signal. There was a telephone box that didn't accept coins. Asked to use his phone, and then he said he had to rush out, so he was going, and then he explained what was I explained what was going on, and he said he could give me a lift to this Landroid Wells, whatever, which was off course, and that obviously that's where I tried to start and find out what my options were. Eventually got some gears back after about 2 or 3 hours. So I've lost a day over the last 2 days. Where I am today is where I should have been last night. Got some gears back, so I went to Cycle Tech in Booth, Wales or something. And a big thanks to Gareth from Switzerland and his daughter Paige, who was in the workshop, for helping me out immensely. Massive appreciation. Supposed to have some diagnostics, but couldn't have them, but sorted a few other things out, and then managed to get back en route. Sat on a banana in my back pocket, so for 3 hours I had that squishing around. Not very nice, dragging that out. That guy's now got my sunglasses. I've got holes in both my bibs. But I think the thing that I've took most out of this today is not the negatives, and let's say there were negatives, but just another tests, just temporary tests. It's just how friendly people are, just how, and this is both my friends and strangers. You explain what you're doing, and they're just totally with it, and the amount of help I was offered today from my friends who offered to come down and help out and bring me parts and messages and ideas. Just really nice, really humbling. You know, and I think I'm going to struggle when this is finished because I won't get the attention anymore. Probably right. But I'm back on track. It's not over yet. For the record, there's no way I'll quit unless it is absolutely impossible to carry on. My Achilles are like banjo strings. I can feel them each time I do a pedal, but they'll have to snap for me not to do this. Say aim a lot, don't I? So tomorrow, set off. Aim is to get to Barmouth, and then Barmouth to Llandudno. So the drink's on Friday now, maybe in Llandudno, I don't know. But I don't know what time I'll be there. But I will be there. By hook or by crook, I will be there. And in 2 days, and then that'll be it. The adventure will be over. I think there's only 1, 2, I think there's about 4 people out on the road now, something like that. Obviously losing the day means I've gone behind Sheila and Amy, but really don't care. I can try and catch that up. If I have a good day tomorrow, a bit of luck, get some proper pedalling in, that'd be quite nice. I don't think they'll finish tomorrow. So yeah, so today's been, again, another emotional roller coaster, highs and lows, big lows, and yeah, when I cycled into Riyadh, where I am now, I cycled in with a big smile on my face, because again, it's another day done. It's day 11. I never thought I'd seen day 11. I wanted to do day 10, and I know probably with a bit better luck, and I probably could have done, to be fair, but again, this is my first one, and just wanted to make sure that I finish it. Nothing's going to stop me, and hopefully the bike's good now, so wish me luck. See you tomorrow. Hello. Day 12 update. Here we are, sunny Bournemouth. It was always going to be my last stop. Been arranged that I had a shower and a bed, so that's nice. And last stretch tomorrow, 125 miles up to London now, 200k Audax, hilly. Feels very strange. Pretty smooth day today. Headwind. Came in thinking a lot about a lot of stuff. I sort of feel quite sad. But obviously can't wait to see Anna, and I can't wait to see my friends who I've got, like I say, drinks on Saturday now because I'm a day behind because I lost a day because of mechanicals. Don't know if I've caught anyone up, don't care. It's been quite weird in here. I get hopefully got a tailwind tomorrow. It's been a massive headwind today, which has took me back again to Ireland and Scotland. Bike's been alright, needs a bit of cleaning, needs a bit of lube, with matron. But she's been alright today, and it's been an eventful day. It's been nice, beautiful climbing Anti-Mock down in South Wales, absolutely stunning. It's one of those where it just lifts your soul a little bit. It's a bit of a short report today because nothing's gone wrong and it's been quite good. This could be my last sleep as an ultra endurance rider, or competitor should I say. So from there that'll be different, and then we'll have to plan, see what the next one is, won't we? So for now I will leave you to it. It's there, short but sweet, but I'm sure there'll be more. There's going to be one more tomorrow night, and then there'll probably be a very long one, an epilogue about it all at some point after that. But wish me luck. Should be my last day tomorrow. London, away we come. Bye.
Budgets for one of the videos.
Day 13 update. Only gone and fucking done it, eh? Here we are at the end line. There's Mally and Pete, a couple of the organisers. Twats, I think's the word we're looking for. There's Sheila, Rebecca, Jason. All know her. Hello. Yeah, there'll be a proper update later, but I've been thinking about what to say on this for the last 20 miles or something, and I really don't have a clue. Cheers, by the way. It's obviously been emotional, but I'll do another one later. There's one thing that I always remember, and obviously I didn't have a great relationship with my mum, but she always told me there's no such thing as can't, and I think I've just proved that as well. About 12 years ago I couldn't run 100 metres, and now I'm a bona fide finisher of an ultra endurance.
It looks too fresh.
Yeah, I'm about to do it again now. So I'll do a full update later, but thank everyone for the support. Been amazing, got me through a lot of hard times. I was never going to quit. And I'm going to get royally twatted tomorrow.
Let's Amy.
I'll update later. Oh, Amy. Hey. Is that showing you? Yeah, now it's showing a picture. No, hold on. No, there it is, yeah. Amy beat me. I was trying to catch at the end.
Beat me.
The family, the in-laws. So I'll chat later, and thank you. Good evening. I bet you thought you got rid of me. The last post for my challenge, it's just a little one. Just over 2 days ago, just over about 50 hours ago is when 50 hours is when I finished my challenge. All very surreal, really. Come down, back to normality now. Had a good night last night. A few beers, a few too many beers, a bit drunk. But enjoyed it. And yes, back to normal now, isn't it? It's quite strange. Did some figures, actually cycle 1,514 miles, an average of 12.88, just shy of 100,000 feet. I mean, if you're looking in context, too much time off the bike in terms of race terms. I think I did 117 riding hours, which actually stands up quite well against people who finished a lot sooner than me, or they just spent longer time on the bike. So that'll be learning from next time, and there will be a next time. I want to do the TCR next year, I think. So all good, but just been out on the bike now for a couple of hours, see what's working, what's not working. Achilles aren't very good. But otherwise, oh well, bike needs good service.
it was nice to see people out last night, so thanks for coming. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for all the support on this page and through all the messages. It really helped me, really pulled me through a lot of the time. It was good to see when I stopped as well, because I couldn't see it normally, obviously with the screen on the phone being as it is. So it gave me a boost each time I stopped. And every single person that's commented, liked, supported, urged, then, you know, I was the one peddling the wheels, but all you guys got me through this as well. A note on the fundraising, I think we're on about 2,200, which is fantastic. The page is still open, so if you haven't donated and would like to, then that'd be great. Results for the place, I think I'm 28th. I thought I was 29th, but I think I'm 28th. But I'm waiting for that to be confirmed. And if that's the case, I think Paul Robinson's done it. So then contact, see what you want to do. Obviously, you can still give it to the charity if you want. You might have said that last night. Someone said that last night anyway. Yeah, and that's it. Just back to work tomorrow. And no more updates. No more pages. But in all seriousness, doing this group thing was the best thing I did. Because, you know, without everybody, it might have been a different story. Like I say, I was never really that close to quitting, even though I thought I was, if that makes sense. At that time, at that moment, but as long as you just reassess, give yourself a little bit of time, then you find out that it's only a temporary blip and everything's solvable unless, you know, it's impossible for you to ride. That's for why I did this. Like I say, I did it for personal reasons, just to prove to myself I could do it. But and I know not everyone on here cycles, but if there is something you can do that takes you away from your comfort zone, then do it, because it really does. It just changes a lot of things. This ride, literally, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, it just strips you bare. It makes you raw. It's raw. All you have to do is survive in terms of you have to eat, drink, sleep, and get from A to B. They're your priorities. Priorities aren't work. They aren't going out. They aren't doing anything like that. And that's what is so amazing about it. It's total freedom. It's just a bit primal, to be fair. And it makes you feel fantastic. And it makes you feel alive in a way, because you feel so high, so low. There's no fakeness about it. So I can't wait. Not going to become obsessive. Won't be doing a group every time I do one, but I feel good now that I know that I'm capable of doing this, and I could probably do a lot better. I'm not looking to ever go and win anything, but, you know, it'd be nice to improve. Weight-wise, certainly lost a few pounds, I know that. So I'll try and keep that off, and got a holiday coming up soon, which I think's pretty well deserved, so I'll enjoy that. Obviously, if I could mention singular people to thank, obviously there's Anna, there's, you know, Joe, who came down and saw me, and there's all sorts of people. You all know who you are. The ones who offered to help me when my electrics went DI2. Just thank you. You know, it means an awful lot. And I'm sure you'll all get bored stupid when I see you recounting the story, but that's great. So it's good night. Goodbye. I might do a little write-up at some point on the group. I might do that tomorrow. When it's all thing, but it's all settled in now, and just back to normality, I guess. Good night.